Michael Jackson, Black or White. There was the video with Macaulay Culkin, right?
Yeah, that's right.
With him with the guitar in the beginning. Whatever happened to that guy? You ever seen him again? I seen pictures of him. I was like, that's not the same Macaulay I remember. But
We've never met him. Have we ever met him?
I don't know if we ever
Macaulay?
We've
met
always
him.
wanted to meet him and we never did.
He was so funny in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Wow.
You know
Great
I'm
talent.
singing in Home Alone? You know I sing in Home Alone?
Serious.
Yeah, in the choir.
Yeah, there's a scene,
And I
in the
still
tr-
get residual checks. I'm serious.
Wow.
There was an audition for it, and it was at my school.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's like a sign for a new movie. And so I walked by, and my friend, who was also in choir, is like, let's try it. So I went and tried it with like 3 or 4 of my friends, and I'm the only one who got selected.
Wow.
So I felt so bad because I didn't even want to do it. And then he talked me into doing it,
Yeah.
and they picked me to be be one of the choir members.
So if I watch the movie again,
You hear my voice throughout with other kids.
yeah, well,
but
I don't know, we're to filter them out.
Yeah.
But like, well, you're also like visually in it as well in the movie.
Not visually. So
Okay.
when I was singing, I had to sing to a voice, like the screen of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
And I never knew it would be Home Alone.
Wow.
Or what the movie was called, but it was Home Alone.
Oh, you guys also secretly in choirs?
No, he was getting serious checks though. I remember that.
awesome. I remember that, man.
At that young age,
At
I
that
was
age,
jealous.
like, that's
I
a
was
lot
like,
of money back then.
yeah.
You could buy a lot of candy with that.
Cleaning up.
I remember that part about
felt
it.
so
Every day I'm
bad.
hustling.
I had it going on. I felt so bad. Every time I went to school, I saw my friend, I was
Yeah.
like, should I be giving him some, you
Yeah.
know? It's like, no, but I did this, you know?
But wasn't that just something y'all guys like did for fun? Because like financially, y'all guys were always cool, right? So there wasn't.
We were cool,
Yeah.
but our parents were strict.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why we grew up how we did, you know?
Oh,
They
okay.
didn't give
No, it
us
wasn't
nothing.
like
We had
that.
to work for it.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
It wasn't
Yeah.
like I want this toy. Okay, sure, no problem. No. You
Wow,
got work
'cause
for it.
You would think that because you would think like, oh, these
Oh,
guys.
no,
like,
no.
like-
Trust me, it took me a long time to get certain toys in my room. I had to
bet my
bring up my
parents-
grades. I had to do a lot of things.
I bet my parents were mad that I got that because the money was right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, dang, we can't, we got to make sure he's
Like, Dad, look at that car! look at his house!
I got one too.
No, like, it's crazy because like imagine like knowing that you have the finance
Yeah.
and then you're asking for certain toys and then your parents say no
It's all right.
you got to get your grades up.
Yeah.
You're like what?
But that's the right way to do
Yeah.
it. That's the right
correct.
way to do it.
I used to get my like ass whooped by my mom, and she told me like, "Oh, you want those Nike Air Max? Okay, cool. How are your grades? Well, exactly.
Don't say no more.
Get them up.
Those books.
Yeah, and when I like get like bad grades, well, I get some ass whooping, man. I could like if you would look for like the word ass whooping in the dictionary, then be my picture be like this.
That's great.
Seriously, but also what a lot of people don't know, right? You guys like went through a lot because it was also like a family tragedy. Your mom, you
Yeah.
guys lost your mom, and that was crazy because like on one hand, you guys like almost closed the chapter, and then you came back, and there was a trial and the whole
Yeah.
thing. But tell us a little bit how was that? Because it's your mom.
We had just finished our world tour
Yeah.
for the Brotherhood, and then we found out that the trial was going to happen with the wrongful death for our mom
yeah.
because our mom got murdered
Yeah.
basically, and she got murdered in '94, and so we had to wait 3 years basically to get justice and for this case to go to trial.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird because here we are at the height where we're feeling all great because we just came off a tour, and then now we got to go into a trial
Yeah.
where it's so emotional.
And reliving the moment.
And reliving the moment. Because now we had already just done the album for our mom and done the tour for our mom in honor of her.
Yeah.
And then to go and now hear about how she was murdered and how she was held underwater and, and suffocated,
Yeah.
And that is devastating. It's devastating to lose a parent, period. But then to hear how they passed is even worse.
Yeah, because I like a couple of weeks ago, I was watching like a special around it, and tears started like coming from my eyes. I was like, oh damn, because like if you hear those details, you get like angry and frustrated,
Yeah.
and then the guy like got like 15 years or something.
Well, every like 3 or 4 years, we have to go in a room with him
Yes.
and pretty much say our part.
Plead
of
our case of why he should be let out.
stay
He goes
or,
up for parole.
because he goes up for parole.
Yeah.
And tries to get
So
out.
we sit just
And-
as close as you are with us right
Just
now.
as-
And
Yeah.
they bring him in his, in his in his
His chains.
in his chains and his jail outfit, and we had to sit there and kind of relive it and hear what he says happened. And
But how hard is that for you guys?
it's hard.
That's horrible.
It's
I don't
hard.
like
It's
that at
something
all.
we don't look forward to.
Because it's one, and on one hand, you want to,
Yeah. I mean, he's getting old too. So, you know, we are taught to forgive. It's tough, but, you know, it's like every ounce of me wants to forgive him, but I don't trust that he wouldn't do it to someone else.
Yeah.
Because he needed money, and
Yeah.
he wanted my mother to call and get money from my Uncle Michael. And my mother was a strong person, and she would not do it.
Wow.
She just wasn't going to do that, you know? So I don't know if it was an argument or what happened, but he obviously lost his
Yeah.
control and took her life.
I could imagine, like, if your uncle, like, heard his story, he would be like, also be like, damn.
Yeah, I think he knew the story, to be honest, Fernando, because he was always close. We were always close with our uncle. But when our mother passed, he went even an extra level for us, and he was there for us. And I think that's why it's so important when he passed that we were there for his kids. And that's another reason why we took a break so long, because his kids are important, incredibly important to us. And for them to adjust properly, it took time.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do this career as 3T and not be there hand in hand with them as they adjust to real world without their father.
Wow.
We experienced something like that.
Yeah.
You know, losing a parent at a young. It's the hardest thing you can do, obviously. And so it was just tough to move on with 3T, knowing what situation they were going to be in.
And they're living with you guys because you got a co-parenting with your grandmother,
I
right?
co-guardian with my
Yeah.
grandmother, so I see them every day. Obviously not now, but
Yeah.
when I get home, it's the first thing I do is hug them and
Wow.
all my kids. And, you know, just try to make sure they are doing what they're supposed to be doing, what my uncle would want them to do. And that's one last thing I'm going to say. It's so hard to sometimes because I feel so bad about the parent they lost, you know, and my uncle was such an amazing person that it just breaks my heart that they didn't get him for life.
Mm-hmm. Understand, man. That's
Yeah,
wow.
sorry, man.
Wow, no problem, man. Yeah, we're going to the number one.
All right.
It's crazy, man. You can just like feel his vibe around him, man.
Yeah.
Like when I'm around you guys, it's just like that warmth. So, but he lives on, man, forever
Yes,
and
he
ever.
does.
That's one thing for sure. The number one, Man in the Mirror. Why did you guys choose that song to be the number one?
I think we all picked this.
Yeah,
one.
we all picked this one.
This one.
Why?
This is just him. You know, this is what describes him, I think, the best. It's about change, you know, and being positive and giving back to the world. And basically in the song is saying, look at yourself. It starts with you, you know?
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite song that he's done.
Man in the Mirror.
It connects with me the most.
Yeah.
And I know my favorite song changes every once in a while.
Yeah, it does.
But this has been consistent at times, you know, and especially when he performs it.
Yeah, when he
he
that's what
had
I was about to
performed it,
say.
then it's over. You
Man,
know, then
yeah,
I'm like,
he
okay,
just- like
that's my
you
favorite.
said, when you turn that switch, it's like he has the ability, you know, depending on whatever song it is, if it's a ballad, if it's, you know, they don't care about us. But when he performed this song, you felt it.
Wow.
You felt it.
Wow. We're going to play the song. You guys can announce it like the number one.
Cool. We're 3T, Taj, Terrell, and TJ, and this is the number one song that we all selected from our Uncle Michael, and it is
Man in the Mirror.
Nummer